This is what we are going to make in today's video, so stay tuned till the end of the video.
Hi. So in today's video we are going to use these components. So I've taken three different types of LEDs. So these are red, green and blue LEDs, two of each color. Then I have taken six resistors of 100 ohm each. I've taken one switch and I have one USB connector. So I'm going to use this USB connector so that we can power this lamp using any USB wire. And these are some empty cartridges of sewing machine. Then I have some cardboard pieces. So these ones are 6 by 1 inch, these bigger ones are 6 by 3 inches, and these smaller ones are 3 by 1 inches. So I have compensated these ones so that the width of these smaller cartridges will not cause a problem when we stick all of these together. So let's get going to build the lamp. So what I'm going to do first is, so I need to create two holes, one for this switch and another for this connector. Alright, so I'm going to create the holes in both of these so that we can fit the switch on one side and the connector on the other side. Alright, so I have created the holes and I have added the switch also inside one of the cardboard, and this will, I'll fit this in this manner. Alright, I'm going to cut this in smaller pieces. So what I'm going to consider while cutting it, so as you can see, I'll just cut it so that it is barely larger than my LED. So this will be the place at which I'm going to cut it. So one cartridge is going to make around 4 to 5 of these. Alright, let's get going. So I have cut the cartridge in smaller pieces. Alright, so as you can see, this is barely bigger than my LED. This is done so that we get a nice light cone. Alright, so next what I need to do is, so we need to put the LED on this one. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create holes inside this cardboard so that just smaller holes so that these LEDs can be pinned down and this stays on top of this cardboard. Alright, so let me quickly do it for one of the LED.
So I'm going to create more holes for other LEDs.
So I have created holes in the cardboard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the LEDs inside these holes. So I'm going to put these LEDs in this manner. So these two LEDs are red LEDs, then we have blue LEDs, and lastly we have green LEDs. So as you can see that the positive terminal is on the right side and the negative terminal is on the left side. So I'm going to place all LEDs in this manner only. So when I put it, my positive terminal will go on the down of the cardboard, so I've placed all LEDs in their place. So this is the positive terminal for all of my LEDs and this is the negative terminal. So all LEDs will be connected to a resistor and each of them will be in parallel configuration to the power source. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these cartridges on the LEDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some glue to paste these. Alright. Make sure that the LED bulb is in the center of the cartridge. So I'm going to place all in the same fashion. So while our cartridges are drying, so in the meantime I have soldered the switch with the positive terminal of the USB connector. So when we hold the connector in this fashion, so the leg on which I have connected orange wire is positive and the other leg on which I have connected the white wire is ground. So make sure that you connect it correctly. Alright, so I have connected the positive to the switch and this positive wire will go to our LEDs. So these two will stay on opposite sides, so we need to make sure that we take sufficient wire for it. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the base of the lamp. So I'm going to paste all the cardboards together. Alright. You have to make sure that it sticks properly. So I've fixed the structure, or you can say I've fixed all the parts of the cardboard. So as you can see, everything is glued in its place. There is still some wet glue, so but it will dry off. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the resistors to my LEDs. All right, so let's go. So as you can see that my LEDs and the empty cartridges are in its place. So now I'm going to attach the resistors to the positive leg of the LED. So the longer leg is the positive one. As you can see, all my longer legs are on this side, or if we keep it in this manner, so all the legs are on the downward sides. All right, so these are my positive legs. So I'm going to attach the resistance to each one of these, and then I'm going to connect those resistors to the power source, and I'm going to attach these negative pins to the ground. All right.
So I'm soldering the resistor to the positive terminal of the LEDs. So this is the first resistor that I am soldering, and I'm going to solder all the resistors in the same fashion. So all the resistors have been soldered on the LEDs positive legs. So this is how all the resistors are looking. Now I'm going to use a wire to solder all the negative legs of the LEDs together. So since all of the negative terminals of the LEDs will be grounded, so I'm using a single wire to solder all of the legs on it.
So I have joined a wire to short all the negative pins of the LED, and I've joined one more wire to short all the legs of the resistors. And these resistors are connected to the positive legs of the LEDs. So this wire will go to the positive terminal, or the positive of the power source, and this wire will go to the ground. All right, so this is our base. I'm going to keep this a little bit down so that all of the cartridges are within this base. So I'm going to cut out these wires. Let's do that.
So I have soldered the connections from switch to the wire that connects the resistors together, and the other wire that connects all the negative legs of the LEDs to the ground cable. I've also used some double-sided tape to stick the USB connector to the side of the lamp. So before placing the top lid, I'm going to test whether all the circuit is working as expected. So yep, it is working. Now I'm going to use the glue to paste this top smaller lid on the base.
So I've used some hot glue gun to fix my USB connector so that it stays in place. Alright, so I've also connected my cable. So what I'm using to power it is a travel charger. So as you can see the rating, it is 5 volts 700 milliamps. So any charger will work which has at least 300 milliamps for it and 5 volt output rating. So let me plug it in. Alright, so as you can see the pattern is really beautiful and these are glowing as expected. Alright, so now I'm going to cover it with the top lid.
So I've glued the top lid also, and it is complete now. Alright, so let's switch it on and see how it is looking. That is really amazing. And there are some more colors other than the LEDs that we use. As you can see that there is very cool looking purple also. So the purple color is coming because of mixing of red and the blue light. So when two different color lights mix, they create really cool looking effect.
So what I've done is I've used double-sided tape, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this lamp on my wall. Alright, so let me place it, then I'll show it how does it look. So if you like it, make sure that you create it yourself and also like my videos, and make sure to subscribe the channel so that you get the notification for the more amazing videos just like this one.